What's up, Devils? J-Dog back for another goddamn video. Today's video, we're going to be knocking out some goddamn questions, and the questions are going to be on the comments, 26 of them, on the people that take steroids video, the Fraser question. I'm going to be answering that, but I also printed off a separate one that wasn't, it so happens to be actually kind of related to bodybuilding type shit, too. There's some metal questions in there, too, so I'll get to those as well. But this one, I printed off one separate one just because it was, it was on, I forget which video it was, but there was basically no other questions. So instead of just shuffling through my phone and shit and getting back to the one video that actually does have some questions, I put it here in a fucking word pad, and I'll just read it off here. And it's from James2392. Shout out to you, bro. Don't recognize you in the comments. Sorry if you've said anything else, but yeah, I don't recognize that one. But hey, J-Dog, I'm 18 years old, young buck, goddammit. Been lifting for about a year now, but I'm not able to eat the amount of protein I need. I cannot get to 200 grams a day. Thoughts/advice. Well, first of all, how do you know you need 200 grams of protein a day? Are you 200 pounds? You know, not a fat ass? Because if you're not, you probably don't even need that much. I mean, maybe you are at 18. But yeah, if you're 200, like, because generally speaking, it's 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you want to consume. But I mean, within reason, if someone's like sloppy fat, it's like you don't count that. You kind of count lean mass. I mean, granted, if you're 200 pounds, but you're not fat, even if you're like 15% body fat, I would say just go for the 200. So first, did you even need the 200? And second, if let's just assume that you do need the 200, would I kind of don't understand the question. What do you mean you can't eat 200 grams of protein a day? Why not? Why the hell can't you? Like, you just do it. I don't know. Thoughts/advice. I mean, like, easiest ways. I mean, like, do a couple shakes with 2 scoops of fucking protein powder. Get a good protein powder. I wouldn't want to do something probably with a whey isolate. Now you're using it as a meal replacement. So get something that's got like, there's a bunch of brands that do this. There's Old School Labs that do this. Fucking Granite Supplements, John Meadows brand. But anyways, it's a protein blend where it's got like a casein protein in there, a beef or an egg protein in there, maybe like a whey concentrate. Basically, I wouldn't want a bunch of whey isolates and stuff like that because it digests really fast and it's going to be in and out of your system, broken down to amino acids within 30 minutes to an hour. And then, you know, if you got another hour and a half, 2 hours to your next meal, you don't have sufficient amino acids. So I would get more of a blend and do 2 shakes, like whatever time you're struggling to get the meal in because either A, you don't have the appetite. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Do 2 scoops. That'll give you 50 grams, but mix it with something else. Like mix it with probably water. If you could tolerate whole milk and shit like that, I would do whole milk, organic whole milk, especially if you're bulking. Not if you're dieting, definitely don't do any milk whatsoever. Just go do straight water. So water, milk preference, especially if you can digest the milk. If you're not getting any lactose problems, if it does, definitely cut it out because that's not good either. You're basically fermenting the protein, and that's fucking shit. You don't want to do that. So either one, but just even with water, that'll give you 50 grams of 2 scoops of the protein, but mix it with like some oats and like a banana. And I'd probably add some fats in there, maybe like a tablespoon of all natural peanut butter. Blend that shit up, drink it down. You know, so for convenience, if you're not getting it in because the time is inconvenient, do it during those times, or the time that you're doing it, don't have an appetite doing those. So if you do 2 shakes like that a day, I mean, that's 100 grams of protein right there. I mean, fuck. I mean, all you need right then there is, let's say you do a chicken breast meal with some rice, 8 ounces of chicken. That's another 50 grams of protein. You're not 150. And let's say another meal you do fucking 8 ounces of steak. That's another 50 grams of protein. Steak and potatoes, like your last meal. You can't, like, that's easy as fuck. That's 200 grams right there. So you can't do that? I mean, I kind of like, I don't know. I mean, that's really dumbed down. That's just in 4 meals. That's not hard to do. So there's the tips for you. And then on to the fucking video. And from Adam Schnellback, I thought this was a pretty good one. Just very simple. Macabre versus Impetigo. And I thought that was really good because not that those bands are comparable, but at the same time they kind of are just because they're both super original. Kind of like we were talking about bands nobody sounds like. Both Impetigo and fucking Macabre. I can't think of anyone that sounds like them. There's bands that are definitely influenced by Impetigo that have things here like Lord Gore, actually. There's parts that I can kind of take away from Impetigo, but who would I prefer? Fuck, I don't know. I like them about evenly, and they're so goddamn different. It's not, you can't really interchange them. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, what do you got, Devils think? I'll be maybe part of the video title. What do you Devils think? I want to know what you honestly think. It's a fucking battle. Macabre versus Impetigo. Goddammit. Who do you think wins? Who's your pick? I want you to actually listen to just put them in there. Macabre vs Impetigo. I want to see 100 motherfucking comments. So all you shy boys and girls, leave it in there because I'm going to tally it up. Maybe I'll do what I always do, a response to each video, right? I'll let you know who fucking won. Let's see this. So all you motherfuckers, I see about 500 goddamn comments. Comment on the fucking video. All you gotta say is Macabre or Impetigo. One word. You can't do that? It takes 2 seconds. Put it in there, goddamn it. Better see at least 100 comments, minimum. From Gallader Vostet. What do you think of Rich Piana? Oh, I liked him a lot. Really, really cool guy. I met him 2 times, 3 times. I showed my pictures with him on one of the videos. Go look at one of the past videos. Really, really cool guy. I liked him a lot. Was funny as fuck. Now, there's some negative shit that you can always like find some negative dirt on him. And there's the whole silicone thing that came out. Me personally, when it comes to shit like that, guys, like people's personal lives and kind of what they do, especially if they're doing something to their own body, I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't really care what a grown man does. I liked Rich because he was funny as fuck. He was entertaining. He had some good information on stuff. Some of his information was a little, wouldn't agree with. But hey, whatever. It's his opinion. But I just thought he was an entertaining, cool guy. You know what I mean? As far as what he did on the outside or whatever, I don't know if he was. Some people go, oh, but he would sell drugs. Oh, okay, what the fuck do I care? It's all the drugs he wants. I don't give a shit. So yeah, I personally, I liked him. Frazier, goddammit. He's the one that got this video stemmed. Frazier Dawson, J-Dog, another question. What do you think about people with our metal shirts they don't know nothing about? Example, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, like wearing a Cradle of Filth shirt. Is that a fact? Does Kim Kardashian and Kanye West will wear a Cradle of Filth shirt? It's funny because you're asking this guy. I know what you're talking about because Reaper brought it up to me on a fucking Hellcast a couple years ago. And I did bring it up, I think, on my channel once. I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. You seem to watch every fucking video. I thought I commented on it, but I definitely commented on that, like, before Reaper mentioning it to me. I had no idea what he was talking about. Yeah, celebrities wearing metal shirts. I think he said Will Smith's daughter or something was wearing an Exodus shirt or some shit like that. But I didn't know about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. That's poser like. That doesn't. I think that's poser like. He's what he thinks about it. This is my opinion. Don't wear a metal shirt if you don't know anything about the heavy metal genre. Example, like my cousin gave me a shirt with ICP and St. Columbine, but I don't wear it because I don't want some rap. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, it's one of those things. ICP, oh man, that's one of the bands we rip on this channel, right? Or at least I have. I'm pretty sure I have on the channel, but I definitely have. Like, what the fuck? Remember that when I was in high school and shit, that shit coming up. What do I think of it? I just think, so personally, I never seen it. Reaper just told me about it. I think it's fucking dumb as fuck. And it's just like, for example, like you said, if a family member gave me an Insane Clown Posse shirt, like let's say it was my fucking grandma or something like that, and she doesn't know anything about metal, but she thought she's in the loop, I'd be just, oh, thanks. You know what I mean? You kind of put on that face. You don't say nothing. It's like, 'cause they just don't know any better. But yeah, I wouldn't wear it because, or maybe I'd just go to bed in it or something like that, use it as a fucking sleep shirt or something. But I would never wear it in public because I don't know. I don't understand. Like, why would you wear something of something you don't like? Like, I would just feel like, even forget, I don't want to use the word poser because that's kind of our term that we use in the scene. I'm trying to think of it on a regular person's mindset. I would just feel like a fucking, almost kind of like a loser or nobody, don't have an opinion of my own. Like, it just doesn't make any sense because, okay, you're wearing a Cradle of Filth shirt, you never heard of them. Like, surely there's stuff that you like. Maybe you like baseball, you like football, you like golf, or you like NASCAR, or you like movies. Why not just wear something of something you do like? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And especially if you're a celebrity, it's not like money's an option, so you buy whatever the fuck you want. I just don't get why you'd want to wear something that you don't know anything about. And it's kind of like, I'm sure they're probably thinking, oh, well, it's funny or it's cool looking. What's funny or cool? I don't get I don't get I don't get it. Like, I mean, if you're walking around with somebody's fucking dick hanging out in your shirt, maybe you can make the excuse, oh, it's fucking funny. It gets a rise out of people. Okay, maybe. I personally wouldn't do that, but I guess I can see where you're coming from or the argument on it. But wearing something like, because nobody cares if you're just wearing a Cradle of Filth shirt, kind of like, let's face it, we know. I'm wearing an incantation shirt. If I go out with it, nobody cares. Nobody says anything. So it's not like you looking funny or cool. It's like, it just looks dumb. Like, you don't, I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know why they would, how they would justify that. So yeah, it seems dumb to me, but, Ricky J is asking me, hey, are you interested in stand-up comedy? Some of my favorite comedians are George Carlin and Bill Hicks. No, I mean, when I started, personally, I don't think I'm funny. I don't know. You guys think I'm funny? I mean, I've had people tell me I'm funny, but I don't know if I was more funny with like let's say on Hellcast or maybe on or on Francisco's channel, maybe when I'm interacting with somebody else. But like me, just kind of like answering questions off the cuff. I don't think I'm funny at all. Well, I think I'm funny, period. But I could see, I guess maybe my interactions with some people, maybe the way I answer their question or something, I can find that maybe I get somebody find funny. So people have told me that, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Think I'm fucking funny? But and as far as stand up, I don't know. I don't think I would be able to do it because I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to think of all that shit off the top of my cup. Like, actually, I guess most of those guys are, well, probably all of them is pretty fucking scripted. But yeah, there's probably not much of an audience for the old J Dog. You know what I mean? Fucking, you know what I mean? Like everything's censored as fuck nowadays, isn't it? Like, I mean, we especially so you got metal, which is already limited, and then you're limited on what the fuck you can say. So, see, I never thought about it. Nobody ever asked me. Human Brisket. Here's a quick one, but good one. All right. Where did you guys get the devil mask you guys use in the advertising and that is being worn while showing the shirts on the site? Oh, yeah, it's showing a lot of things. It's in a few videos too. Like Reaper's wearing it, like with the, it was the Organzine video and a couple other videos, advertisement videos, but that's being used. Where did we get it? I'm pretty sure it's Eric that got it. Just got online. Thought it was a really cool mask and to be a kind of a cool mascot, like kind of what we're going for. I think that's how it went down. I remember when I saw the image of it. He's like, "What do you guys think of this?" But I don't where exactly got it. I don't know if it was off eBay or just some type of Halloween store that's here around. I don't remember exactly, but it was definitely offline. I know that. Mushroom leg. You think it was steroid slash meth slash coke psychosis that caused Chris Benoit to do what he did? 80s and 90s, a bodybuilder's jacked on those uppers sounds absolutely terrifying. You know, it's funny because I didn't like. So I said in one video, like kind of like when it came to wrestling and shit, I don't follow it whatsoever. I couldn't name you one wrestler that's around nowadays. I don't know. John Cena, does he still wrestle? I mean, even him, he was after my time too. I liked wrestling when I was about age 5 to 10, and that was like it was the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Jake the Snake, those guys. You know what I mean? So Chris Benoit, he was after. I just heard about when he died and shit like that. But anyways, a little inside story on that. One of the guys, he was actually kind of like I don't want to call him my mentor or whatever, but the guy I got along with real well. He was like a year or two younger than me, but he did bodybuilding shows. He was at the first gym I started training at. I don't go to that gym no more, but I trained there for a few years, and he was definitely hands down the biggest fucking guy in the gym, but big and fucking lean, not some big fat ass, big and fucking lean. You know, yabs year around, looked like a bodybuilder. But he also, so anyways, he didn't do very well in the bodybuilding shows, so he went into and he made it into the WWE, and he was in it, and basically he had a contract for a year. He dropped out because his fucking girlfriend got pregnant, and so in hindsight, even he looked back, probably should have fucking stayed, but he basically wanted to be there for his kid, and it was because the contract you were on the road like it was something fucking insane. His contract you were on the road like 45 weeks out of the year, like almost like never fucking home, right? And he told me all the horror stories of that, and like he's like it's so easy to see how these guys get hooked on like pain pills and shit like that. He's like because even though it's staged and stuff, it's like dude, even like if you hit the ropes a certain way when you go up against them, he's like you could crack a rib. He's like you have to do everything. He's like it's so crazy. He's like every day you're in just so much pain like you got hit by a fucking truck. And anyways, he brought the Chris Benoit is kind of like a taboo subject to talk around the fucking locker room, the shop, and the whole area. And but he said, yeah, guys in the higher up that know him talking like he said he's met the Undertaker several times. He was kind of like the almost like the gym locker room kind of like manager at the time. He's like, but I think his name is. I think the Undertaker said his name. He told me his name was Mark. Maybe this is years ago. I haven't seen this guy in a while, but actually, him and he was one of the few people that he wasn't in the metal whatsoever. He was just like we hit it off because I was just getting into bodybuilding this time. I was in my early 20s, but we actually hung out and shit like that. So one of the few non-metal people. Like if you even mentioned Cannibal Corpse and shit, he wouldn't even know what that is. He's just like, oh, that's crazy. Like I think he did check it out or something on YouTube. When I said, ask my listeners, like that's some crazy fucking shit. So he's one of those guys, but he was a cool dude. But anyways, he brought up the Chris Benoit. He's like, that's total. That's total bullshit, right? He's like, guys, he was literally, he was murdered. His whole family was murdered, and it was a staged suicide. He's like, that's kind of a known thing. He's like, there's a lot of fucking, kind of in a sense, I don't want to say mobster, but mobster type shit going on in that world. You got to remember, that's $1 billion business. Piss off the wrong fucking people, you have shit like that happen. And it's funny too, because that's totally when I first heard about it, and when you actually know things about steroids and stuff like that, there is a things like, first off, that whole roid rage thing is, I'm not going to say it's horse shit, but it's kind of horse shit. Taking a shot of testosterone is not going to make you fucking all aggressive and act like an asshole. There's only like two steroids that kind of would fit in that category, and that's called trembolone and halotestin. They definitely will make you more aggressive, but within reason. Like, I mean, put this way: pro bodybuilders take more steroids than anyone, even like way more than wrestlers, etc. And most of them are the most chill fucking dudes you'll ever fucking meet. Yes, of course you can have an outliner like a Craig Titus thing where a guy goes crazy or whatever. But if you ever look at it too, all the guys that are total jerks who go crazy, they're mixing fucking recreational drugs with it. So like that whole like just there's put this way, even like if you're on a shitload of the fucking ones that would make you a little, AKA more aggressive, they would never make you lose your mind and kill your family and hang yourself. They would never, ever, and that would never fucking happen. So the media portraying it like that is just absolutely insane. That's some complete fucking horseshit. So that's the inside story I had on that. Thought you guys might enjoy it because it's not what you fucking hear on the norm. And this guy, but so you know, too, he had no reason to make it up either. So I fully believe him, and I don't believe everything I hear. So life eternal. Comments and everything. He's got to read this. Looks like he's got a question mark in there. I don't know anything about this steroid conversation, but I have seen some studies saying increased estrogen levels in both men and women are a main cause of plethora of health problems. What's your opinions? I don't know if I'd call it the main cause of plethora of health problems. I'd have to disagree with that, but it definitely can. It's carcinogenic, so it definitely can lead some cancers, help feed cancers and things like that. But the whole estrogen thing too is, especially if you're just a regular fucking dude, it's a little exaggerated. You know what I mean? Like guys like, oh, his estrogen levels are probably fucking high and shit like that. It's like, did you actually get them checked? And high, it's kind of like in hindsight, like how high, if they're slightly elevated, exists. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when you see like those 15-year-old kids, and let's say they're not like that fat, but they already have like fucking massive fucking tits, but it's not from body fat. Yeah, their estrogen levels are fucking something's out of whack. That's usually mostly genetic though, because I know there's things like there's methylated estrogens that come up from plastic with microwaving and shit like that. How much that actually raises your blood serum levels, who the fuck knows? But I can tell you this right now, it's not going to raise it to the point where it's giving you fucking tits. Not to that degree. So that's mostly genetic. And at that point, they probably do have a hormonal deficiency because if their estrogen levels are high, what it is, it's converting a lot of that testosterone into estrogen. So it's your testosterone levels are going to be lower. That's actually one of my protocols when guys come in to help me, come ask for my help. And this is a very unconventional way of doing it, but it's very, very effective. And it was really effective, especially if guys don't want to take an injection every week of testosterone and they sometimes don't need to. And why take something you don't need if you don't need to? I mean, unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder or something. Then if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, yeah, there's no way around it. You're gonna have that. That's just what the fuck you're gonna do. Well, yeah, you're taking more than one shot a week. That's for goddamn sure. But anyways, if you just let's say you're what I do, if somebody shows me their blood work and what mainly want to get, if you really want to get know exactly what your estrogen levels are, you get an ultra sensitive estradiol blood test. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get your DHT. You're gonna get your fucking total test, your free test. And what I do is, if I see that their total test is low and their free test is low, but their estradiol is high, I don't even like. I was like, here's what we're gonna do. I put them on an aromatase inhibitor. It's just an oral, and I'll usually just start them off on 12.5 milligrams of aromasin, also known as exemestane, is the chemical name, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That'll drastically lower the estrogen. And with that being said, so now you're not converting as much of that testosterone. That testosterone will go way up. So it's kind of like a really natural, in a sense, a testosterone booster that actually fucking works and it'll balance your hormones. A lot of times that solves the problem. Bam, gone. And the thing is that's nice about that too is you don't even need to get a script for that because aromatase inhibitors, yeah, it's a prescription medication, but you can easily get and you could get pharmaceutical grade shit without a script, and it's not illegal. It's not a class 3 drug. So, for example, if the cops come in your house or whatever, they see it, they literally can't do nothing about it. So you can't get in trouble for it. So you're not doing anything illegal. 12.5 milligrams of aromasin, that's not gonna fuck with your health at all, like at all. It's not gonna do anything negatively to your health. But the high estrogen will. So that's one of my protocols. That's why people say, like, well, show me your blood work. And but any doctor, what he's gonna do, he's just gonna look at the low test, and what he's gonna do, he's gonna throw you on fucking TRT and prescribe you a Arimidex, which is harsher than aromasin. So he's double whamming you with 2 drugs I won't even fucking use for the problem that you have, for the goals that you have. So yeah, just a little bit of a fun fact out there. But yeah, no, high estrogen definitely has problems, but I don't know if a plethora, like it's the epidemic of fucking health problems in the United States. I think it's more so fucking diabetes, heart disease, and shit like that from being inactive and eating like a fucking dumbass. I think that's more the plethora, or drinking too much, smoking cigarettes, smoking pot all the time, which I don't even get that subject to. Oh, just so you guys know too, this is a fact. High pot smokers generally have low testosterone, high estrogen. It does increase the aromatase activity. When I told you the aromatase enzyme, it does increase that activity. That's why you'll see a lot of guys that are potheads. They'll fucking have man boobs, bitch tits, gyno, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them do. That's one of the big reasons you want. That is a fucking fact. I've seen it on blog. I know you can look up some studies. I mean, well, some research online. There's some say yes, that's true. Some say, no. I've literally seen it on blood work on guys in the gym. They'll show me their labs. I'm like, okay, pull all the pot, pull it for 6 weeks. Don't smoke a single fucking joint, nothing, not a puff, nothing. Change nothing else. No other variables. Don't start adding anything. Don't stop taking whatever you're taking, supplements, food wise, everything. Don't change training. Don't change nothing. The only variable you're going to change is you're going to pull the fucking weed. Go get your labs done in 6 weeks. Same exact labs. Fucking drastic difference. I've seen it on multiple people. 100% fact. So anyone says, oh, weed's not bad for you and shit. I'm not saying it's fucking meth or anything. That's horrible for you, but it does have negative side effects. And technically, it's making you more of a bitch. And it's funny too, because a lot of guys that I know that are huge potheads, they're actually kind of little bitches. They bitch about a lot of things in life, constantly complaining. So kind of ironic. From Imperio Nocturno. Hey Justin, it is what it is. Got to do what we got to do to reach our goals. When a person is seriously into bodybuilding and sports in general, there are some facts that can't be ignored. Yeah, it is what it is. That's why I look at it. You want to do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. Not for the meek. What are your favorite South American bands that are not from Brazil? Thanks for doing this. This channel is awesome. Cheers from Bolivia. Bolivia, goddamn it. Alvaro. Favorite bands from South America that are not from Brazil? Fuck. I don't know. Ones that's popping right in my mind is from Colombia. I like Witch Trap a lot. We've worked from Witch Trap, Sorceress Bitch. Especially, I like actually every album by Witch Trap, but Sorceress Bitch is by far my favorite. I mean, from Peru. I mean, would you count that? Yeah, count that, right? Mortem. I like some of their albums, like Demon Tales, stuff like that. Probably like Witch Trap more though, but I like Mortem. I definitely like a bunch of other South American bands, but the first one pops in my mind that I probably listen to the most is probably Witch Trap, and especially the album Sorceress Bitch. And last one I'll leave because we've got a couple more minutes. Seems like not really a question, but it's kind of funny. I guess he met me. Members meet every little detail meeting me, I guess. From John Ran. I like your videos, dude. I met you one time at one of the Maryland Death Fests. Yeah, I was there. And you sold me an Insanity record. That's a good one to get. It's probably the one that had, well, I think the only thing on vinyl had been the one we did. The LP we did, the first album. Fucking great record. You leaned in telling me all the details about it. And I was like, fuck, this dude looks like a fucking Terminator. That's the goal. Honestly, your rants make me want to take some supplements because my arms are still very sore 2 days after my last workout on Friday. And I feel like they're going to be sore going into chest training tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that's so amplified. Like, so for example, if you're to start, any hormones or whatever like that, like that, you're not sore. That's, I don't know. They help with recovery, but you still get sore. So it doesn't just get rid of that. It sounds like you guys might be doing too much. Now, luckily for me, I talked about the one video. Like my arms, like virtually never get sore. But you might just your volume might be too goddamn high. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if you're sore, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like sore 2 days later, I don't think that's a big deal. I get that all the time. Like, dude, fucking my legs. My legs are always sore for at least 3 days later, and usually up to 5 days. And that's why a lot of times I just train them 1 day a week. I could get it to where I could train them every 5 days. I have every time I do within 6 to 8 weeks, my connective tissue, my hips and shit start fucking hurting. And my low back's fucked up anyways now. It's been for the last going on a year now. So it always inflames that. The inflammation in my low back will go up. So I keep legs just once a week, but I have done them every 5 days. But arms, yeah, I never got really fucking. I mean, I'm not gonna say my arms have never been sore ever, but it takes a hell of a lot for me to get them sore. But you said 2 days later, I don't think that's a big deal. But if it's 4 days later and your arms are still fucking sore, it sounds like you're doing too goddamn much. I mean, what are you doing? Like 30 cents for buys and 30 cents for tries? If that's the case, that's way too goddamn much, homie. That's the only thing I can think of because goddamn, I mean, I don't know why they'd be so sore, but maybe just cut back on the fucking volume. And if you really do like training arms, just maybe if you're hitting them once a week, it sounds like you're hitting them probably only once a week too, because if you're hitting them twice a week, chance of them being sore days later, they generally goes away because the more often you hit a muscle group, the less sore it's gonna fucking be. So maybe try hitting them. Just let maybe do like only 4 total sets for buys and 4 total sets for triceps on one day, maybe after like back or something, and then after chest or something like that, do the same thing. So you're getting 8 sets total for a week, 8 sets for buys, 8 sets for tries total in a week. But if you're going in there, you're doing 16 sets for buys, 16 sets on tries once a week, and you're like, oh, they're sore as fuck. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Well, I mean, why the fuck wouldn't they be? Because that's a bit overkill. Yeah, mine's super small muscle group. Why would it need that much goddamn volume? Another thing too, if you want to get an idea, are you doing too much volume for arms? I found this kind of like a little trick when I ask guys. I'm like, I'll ask them how much. I'll ask them like, what are you doing for legs? And they'll tell me their leg routine. And then I'm like, okay, I ask. So each exercise, like I'm doing leg press. I'm like, okay, how many sets? I'm doing squats. Okay, how many sets? And I'll add it up in my head. I'm like, okay, you're doing 12 sets for fucking total for legs after everything you just told me. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was like, well, about right. Well, you just told me exactly what you did. I just did the math in my head. Yeah, that's what I do. So okay, then I asked them for arms, and they're doing like 16 or 17 sets. Why the fuck are you doing more fucking sets for your arms than your fucking legs? That makes no goddamn sense. Your legs are way larger of a muscle group. Obviously, it's going to need more volume or more stimulus. So, if you're bottom line is if you're doing more or even the same amount of fucking sets, let's just say sets for arms as you are as legs, you're doing something fucking wrong. You should always be doing more sets for your fucking legs than your goddamn arms. Not because it's just physiologically they're just much bigger fucking muscle group. They're gonna take more fucking volume. So little fun fact for you there. So maybe play with that because yeah, I don't know. They shouldn't be sore goddamn 4 days later. That seems a little fucking ridiculous. Maybe if it was like a one-off freak accident, okay, but not on a regular basis. Anyways, Devils, that was it on that one. You know what to do. Leave the goddamn questions. And I want to see the goddamn fucking Macabre versus fucking Impetigo battle. If nothing else, if you're not going to ask any fucking questions, at least leave it in there. If you didn't make it in the end because you didn't like the fucking training talk, whatever, hey, whatever. Answer the goddamn question. Tough shit. But at least fuck the fucking Macabre versus Impetigo. Who do you prefer? Because I want to see, kind of curious who's going to win. Just nothing else. I better see at least a goddamn 100 comments in the goddamn bit. Goddamn it. So no fucking shy boy shit. Leave them in there, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.